Welcome to Goyo's Garden and Tie-Dyes. I'm Greg. Alright, today we will be doing a Gildan's 2X women's V-neck. The shirt has been washed, soaked in soda ash for at least 20 minutes or longer. Spun out in my Panda spin dryer so it's barely damp. If you don't have one, you can just use your regular washing machine on the spin cycle. You don't want your shirt soaking wet when you do this. It's easier to spin when it's damp and fold and dye. So I'm using my microwave spotter guard. It's a great help. It takes control of the shirt where it's not all over the table. And you just want to work it around and around. And I'm also using my hemostats that I know I said I rarely use, but on this occasion, I am. So you go around as much as you can in the sputter guard, and when you can't go anymore, take out your hemostats and work it by hand. I think I'm going to squeeze just a little bit more in there. Yeah, sputter guard's really handy. And I do have a link for everything I use in my description box. Just work the hemostats out slowly. Make sure they're open. I use those little shrink tubing, and sometimes they just pop right off. Or sometimes they'll clamp the shirt so tightly when you're spinning it that it'll squish the material and it won't accept any dyes. So you have to be really careful how much force that you put on those. Sorry about that. That was our clock going. I do all my editing upstairs. So I didn't mention I'm going to be doing a colander dye. This is actually my second one. I didn't get to film the first one. This is for my wife. So bear with me. I've seen many of these on Facebook. I just seen pictures, so I kind of took it from there. And we'll see what we can do. One thing I do notice is if I do any more of these, it takes up a lot of space in my work area. So this would be the last project of the day, and I wouldn't be able to do anything for the whole next day because ice has to melt and all that good stuff. You want it to sit there really good. But it's been really warm, so it does go pretty fast. I actually had to add ice twice on this one. And so the first color I'm doing is Timberwolf. Like I said, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. I've only done one other, and I'm actually wearing it right now. So I wasn't quite sure how much or how minimal you're supposed to put on. Look at that mess already. That's the problem with working outside too. You get a little gust of wind or you just spill it out of your spoon. I'll blame the wind. I decided to add a little bit more of the Timberwolf on the sides there. Like I said, I don't have a clue. Right. That should be that for the Timberwolf, I think. Maybe just a little pinch more. That's a problem I have too sometimes. I just don't know when to stop. You don't want to get it too muddied up, I don't believe. So the next one is one of my newer colors, Spray On Tan. And plus you're trying to spoon it downhill. And I wouldn't recommend pushing on your shirt when your dye is already applied on it. You can't see in the front there, but a big old chunk fell down when I did that. It's not for wasting. And the next dye we're going to use is Army Surplus. It breaks down nicely. Just a little bit more on there. And I think that should be enough dye. Sure doesn't look anything like it did when I was down face up with it. I just had a little table cleaning there real quick. Sorry about that little glitch. Didn't want to bore you with that. And the dye should be coming shortly. Or the ice should be coming shortly. Oh, no. First we're going to put on some soda ash because it is just straight dye. And just a little tinny more of the Army Surplus. I don't know why, for good measures, I guess. Alright, now we're going to put the little colander on top. In which, after I did this one, I did a couple more. And I figured out it's much easier to put the ice in it before it goes on top of the shirt. Lesson learned. See how much I'm shaking it all over? Dye was falling off all down the sides. And like I said, I did 2 more layers of ice in here to get it to go all the way. I really love how these come out. Definitely has some nice splits and feathering to it. Like I said, I'd do more, but I just don't have the room. But I'm going to try. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This was a fun one to do. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you liked it, please hit like. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you next time.